Yo, what's going on? My name's For Real, and this is Grown Man Thoughts. We out here, man, trying to get the real talk for real people. As you can see, we in the city talking about everything that touch your life. Real talk, real people. Life, money, finances, religion, relationships, you know, everything. Your friends. Speaking of, what's going on?
What's up?
How you doing, Zah?
Good.
You know, we out here trying to communicate, get to talk about the issues that touch us. All of that good stuff that we need to get better, elevate, and, you know, see what's going on. As you can see, the team is strong, and we got a very diverse crew, but this is Grown Man Thoughts, and this is what we will do. So I got my drink, man. So we're gonna talk about these real friends. And real talk, how many real friends you got, Ajax?
Right now, I can say it's just a handful.
What's a handful? Less than 5, more than 5?
It could be around 5-ish, but I think it's really a little bit less than 5.
How many you got?
I would say a little more than a handful.
So how do y'all know they real friends, though? Because I'm gonna be real, for me, I grew up, I used to have 1,000 friends. Somebody to party with, somebody to go here with, somebody
me
to do
too.
whatever with. And now that I'm more grown and shit done changed and I done went through some things in my life, I got about 4 or 5. So what makes you think that they your real friends? How do you know that for the handful you got?
Well, I'm gonna start off like this, right? As a kid, they used to tell me, you need to have 3 types of friends. You need to have a serious friend. You need to have kind of like a vagabond, right? And then you need to have somebody you can confide in.
The fuck is a vagabond?
Like a thug, a fucking...
You couldn't just say thug, you said vagabond.
But see, not all vagabonds are thugs. They could just be a little wild, but they're not
Okay.
thugs. You see what I'm saying?
So how do you know they your real friends, though?
So, after time, you realize the one that stick with you, throughout thick and thin. You've been through some bullshit, and they've been the one that, really stuck by you no matter what happened.
So regardless of the category you label them, everyone that you call your real friend ain't stuck with you thinking.
Right, but also understand this. I'm not the type of person to go out there and cause trouble. So therefore, the friends I got are based on what can we talk about, how can we grow, and anything from that point on. And that's how you narrow down. Well,
so
for
they're
me,
not causing trouble and they're relating to you the same way you're relating to them.
right?
Even a vagabond or whatever.
Plus, any real friend that might have right now knows that if you get into some type of real trouble, you're not gonna call me because I have more at stake than you do. So I'm not willing to, lose everything.
So they're your real friend. You might not be their real friend.
Well, if they look at it that way, but all I know is a real friend's not gonna put you in a situation like that.
Facts. How you know yours is real friends?
I know they're my real friends because they accept me as I am. They give me a space to just be authentically me, to be everything that I am. Like, I can be vulnerable, I can be goofy, I can be whatever, and they respect that and they don't kick my back in. You know what I mean? And also they're my friends not based off of what they can get from me.
So they're not situational friendships.
It's not a situational friendship.
Yo, see, I'm big on that. Because for me, I got about 5 friends. Evenly split, well 6. Evenly split male and female. Right? And for them, they've been with me through the bottom. Because it's been a time in my life, I'm doing okay right now. But there's a time in my life I was sleeping in the car. I was sleeping on park benches. And they was here to help me. And I lost a lot of friends through that. I had your vagabond or your thug friends that I used to do all my dirt with. I used to have fun with. And I had to outgrow them. And some of them not my friends anymore because I became the Oreo. I became the sellout. So for me, I think true friends, hard times will build true friends. You never, and this is my theory, you're not gonna know who your real friend is
Until you go
fucked up.
right.
Until you're going through it. And that could be financially, that could be emotionally, and at one point it was physically for me. I was in a situation where I had an injury and who's coming to help you out? So, the other thing for me, for real friends, and I do this to y'all a lot. And I think that makes me a real friend. And I appreciate y'all do this to me way too much. And sometimes I want to curse y'all out. But your real friends tell you when you fucking up.
Right.
Your
Absolutely.
girlfriends tell you what you need
Which
to
I
hear.
think is
Not
very
just what you want to hear.
Right. Which is very important because a lot of people will stick by you and just, especially if you're doing it, right? They don't want to tell you off because they want to make sure that they're still kind of like in the circle of being, getting
I don't
shit.
think that's your real friend.
That's
Those are
not
people
the
that's
real
there
friend.
to get the
Exactly.
benefits.
So you need that friend that's gonna be like, yo, pull you to the side, even snatch you up like dogs. What you doing?
Right. Like I had a friend, like I get a quick example. Shout out to Shop, RyanHodgeBooks.com. That need to go check that. He writes great books. We used to live in Newark together. We split an apartment. And that in Newark, if you're not from Jersey, Newark is the hood. Like you go to Newark, you get drugs and you get killed. One or the other. And we living out there.
It ain't all that now.
Yeah, I
though.
mean,
Come on now.
It's a little bit of an exaggeration. I mean, shit does happen, but
Go
you
to
don't have to
Avon
put
Avenue,
you don't have to
so
put this whole.
Okay,
I'm
but-
talking about Broad Street. Where
You have to put this whole stigma on the
No,
town.
go to Avon Ave.
All right, but Newark is not entirely Avon.
All right,
Ave.
well, that's most of it.
That's where you were.
But that's where, I was doing dirt. I was being stupid. And you talking about somebody you moved in, you living with, and he basically put our friendship in jeopardy to tell me I need to stop moving the way I was moving. I need to stop being with the hoodlums. I need to stop being out there messing around with you. I need to stop being out there in situations you get shot and killed. And we had a rough patch for like, real talk, 2-3 days, and I think that determines your real friendship. Like, the next day we was just kind of like, eh. But that changed a lot for my life. Has anybody ever did that for you?
Yeah.
Oh, why? What was you doing?
I wasn't being reckless, but if I was steering off the path of,
I'm about to go on the path of what? Because you just look like a nice guy to me. What path? Path of what?
Listen, I'm a nice guy now, but
Right.
listen, I'm 41 years old. All right, so
But nah, so what was you doing and what they steer you back from?
I mean, look, it's like this, right?
The hell, keep going. I don't know what the hell that was.
Okay. It's like this. You don't have to be fucking up necessarily, but if you're steering off the path that you're putting yourself on to try to achieve something or whatever, or maybe you're losing steam because shit's not working,
Nah,
then the person will be like, yo,
get back in your shit.
yeah.
Yeah. I think your real ones, they're gonna give you the tough love. They're gonna challenge you for the better, whether you like it or not. Because I think the easier thing to do when you see someone in a place maybe that they're not doing what they should be doing, or maybe they're in their own way, or their mindset isn't necessarily where it should be. A lot of times the easy thing to do is just be passive with that person and just kind of let them be how they are. Because a lot of people don't want to be told about their shit.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
word?
know. Yeah, I'm talking with you.
A lot of people don't want to be told about their shit. So, and a lot of people don't want to deal with the headache of challenging someone.
So your friends gonna tell you your shit stink.
Your
and
friends
not
will
care
tell you
about
when, your friends are going to
response.
tell you
And
when
they
your shit
should.
stink. They're going to give you the tough love, regardless of whether you like it or not. And they're doing it not to tear you down. They're doing it because it's what you need to be better, to get to a better place.
I have a question for y'all best friends. Y'all talk to them every day?
No.
No.
That's fucking real. The best friends I have in my life, I talk to them weekly. Sometimes I go 2-3 weeks without talking to them.
And which is okay
Sometimes
because
and it's no problem. They don't need that constant reminder that I'm your friend.
having that real or best friend doesn't necessarily mean I need to chat all day long or
Yeah.
every day. It could just be like, look, hey man, it could be a 2-second phone call. Yo, what's good? You all right? It was
And that's
great.
it.
Yeah.
Because I look at it this way. If you got somebody that's constantly telling you, like I had a friend, I'm not going to say, I thought they was a friend. They hit me, they're like, damn, you been acting funny. What the fuck you mean I'm acting funny? Yo, you used to hit me up, you ain't calling me, you ain't doing this. And I looked at him. The phone worked 2 motherfucking ways.
Right.
You could call and check on me. You could see what's up. You don't need that constant reminder. And I realized most of it is because he didn't have a car and he was going through a little situation, so he wanted to be at the club drinking all the time. And I'm the person that he used to do that with. And that's why I'm acting funny, because I'm not supporting that habit. Once I stopped that, is when that friendship stopped. But
So it was a relationship. It was a friendship of convenience and what you
For
could
him.
do for them.
I was truly his friend. But and my thing is, I look at this. If I'm changing, if me and you friends, you see me acting different, I see you acting different, you see me acting different, the first thing come to my head is, yo, what's wrong? What they going through? If the first thing come to your head is why they don't like me no more or they acting funny, I don't think you was truly a friend to begin
So
with.
let me ask you something
Right.
based on what you just said. So that dude, you stopped giving him rides and shit like that. Did you tell him about himself or you just let it be?
No, I said so. I can't not talk. That's my problem. I can't not say what I feel. My heart is on my sleeve. I told you I'm emotional. And I don't mean emotional like soft. I mean emotional, everything means something to me. I can't be around
Like
you.
Carl Thomas emotional?
I'm emotional and I can't let go.
Everybody get the fuck out. Nah.
Petty?
Nah, true friends you could be petty with. I'm petty as hell with
I
y'all.
am trying to hold
Super
on to
petty.
you.
So Ray J trying to get his career back together. So he's trying out the old school song. That's why he's doing that.
All right, Rampage.
Yo, but I'm gonna say this, yo, real talk. So we was talking about like you talking about you used to be a vagabond. I don't know what that is. I went through my little hood phase. What did you do
That's what it is.
bad?
It's a hood face.
What do you mean, what did I do
Yeah, like
bad?
when you running this, like when was you going through? Like you weren't this person you are older now.
How do you know?
Cause I know you since high school. That's how. I knew you weren't not this person. Tell me real, I just started liking you like 3-4 years ago. I didn't like you back then. You was a jerk.
You even know me back then.
Facts.
I
But
mean,
yo,
you know, like that. You was because your ass was mad all the time.
Alright. So anyway, back to the subject because we didn't even go in there. You grow up and you got your ratchet friends.
Yeah.
I know I got one homeboy. I know if I go certain places with him, yo, it's definitely gonna be a problem. We might not get into a fight, but it's definitely gonna be a situation. So I determine where I go with him. I have some of my friends that just talk too much and don't get it. I work in corporate America. You gotta act and perform a different way when you're
Right, of
around the
course.
people you at work. So how do y'all do with y'all ratchet friends? Do you keep them around? Do you introduce them to everybody? Do you bring them to your friends?
But see, the fact
how
that
do you deal with
the
it?
fact that they have the word ratchet in front of their name first, right? it just lets you know
They've been classified.
What,
Yeah, I gotta know
what and where you can bring this person.
So set some levels to that. I got ratchet friends. Yo, I have work functions I go to. Work parties, work dinners.
not bringing him.
And you have a +1. First of all, I'm not bringing him because I'm not bringing a +1. But we ain't even gonna go there. Okay, I'm not bringing them.
Let's just say you're going to a networking event, right?
He's not coming.
He's not coming.
Tyshawn's not coming.
It's just a fact.
Tyrone not showed up.
First of all, you're gonna be the good friend because you're not gonna take him out of an element or put him in an element which you know he cannot sustain in. You're gonna put him in
Or that he's
I'm
gonna
reputation
feel
Well,
super
there's that too.
uncomfortable and quite possibly.
No, he's not gonna feel uncomfortable. He's gonna do what he do. He's comfortable
That's the
everywhere
thing.
doing what he
That's
does.
the thing. They almost don't feel uncomfortable.
No, I don't know about that.
But some of them do come to the spot and they're like, oh, wait a minute.
I accept him for
Like,
who
No,
he is.
I think that okay, so maybe not bringing to a function, but I think sometimes you can have one friend who doesn't know your other friends, and,
I got a lot of those.
them coming together might be uncomfortable
Right.
for.
So you also have to know when to separate the friends and when to hang
Yeah,
out
some
with.
of your friends
Right.
are not going to be compatible with each
Cool.
other.
I just wanted to know I'm the only one not doing that because I was starting to feel
No, you're not the only one.
Because I have another set of friends besides y'all that don't know y'all and I would never bring them around y'all.
Because of us or because of the
Both.
word?
Real talk. No, him
You
probably.
said we
You
can't
definitely
handle
not.
it? What?
You are way too judgmental.
Excuse
Yo,
me?
you're gonna change your viewpoint of me like those your friends. That's what we doing here. That's what we doing.
But I think
Are
we
you
could
sure
all
I would
say that,
change my
though.
viewpoint of you?
I think
What
we
do you
could
think
all
my
say that.
viewpoint of you
If
is?
we bring you around a certain type of friends, we're like, oh, those are your friends?
I don't know if that's the same with you, because like, yo, I you used to live across the street from me back in the day, right?
Right.
That's how we actually got cool. I actually got cool with your father before I got cool with you.
Right.
Right? I would bring you around my family, and I would also bring you around work friends. But if my hood friends, I would bring you around too, to a point. Like, I don't know. For you, who you not? You got a set of friends you don't bring us around? Or me?
Yeah.
Who? And why? That's bullshit.
What do you
I'm an all-around motherfucker. Like, I can get smooth.
I'm
even cool, upset.
gonna say like you did because you're mad judgmental.
Petty as fuck.
See?
Petty as fuck. Petty as
That's a
fuck.
different topic.
So you got a set of friends that you keep separate.
So I have different groups of friends.
All right. So I got a question.
So you got the good friends. You
So
got
you-
the confiding friends, and you got the.
So you
I
got
have-
your friends
no,
that you
I-
go to the club and twerking with back that thing
I
up
have-
for the
I
99
have-
and
I
2000,
have-
and then you got your friends that you go to
I
wine
have
parties
groups of
with.
friends that I probably like interact with them in different scenarios, right? So I have like a group of girlfriends, and those might be the girlfriends that we do traveling, and you know we go and we
Okay.
hang out or whatnot. So let's say I was to have like a get together at the house, I would invite all of my groups of friends together there.
Right.
But in terms of like my day-to-day movements, I'm not necessarily like hanging out.
So
with
if you
my
have a house
collective group
party,
of-
all the friends that you have, you would invite them and it would be cool.
Yes. Yes.
You have a house party. You inviting all your friends.
There's certain people I'm not bringing
Facts.
over.
I'll be real with you. There's a few of my boys that don't know I live here. Because I moved to a better area. When you're doing better for yourself, you got to move away from a certain area.
Right.
Yo, there's a certain amount of friends that don't know I live here. They're like, yo, where you at now? I'm like, I'm in Union County. Like, I give them the county. I don't give them the actual town. Because they can't come here. And that goes for a few family members.
Because they
too.
gonna act fool.
Yeah. They don't know how to be quiet. They don't understand that there are other people around that you can't do the same things around.
You ever have a friend ask you or call you out on that? Like, yo, why you don't invite me to such and such? Or why don't you, you know, I noticed that you don't.
Right.
And I told them why. And we still cool because we're real friends. I told them why right now.
But there's
you want to be outside
there's
smoking
also
Newports.
another reason why. There's also
doing what you do.
You want to pull up with your radio loud, smoking Newports, rolling blood. Like, no, we can't do
we
that.
can't do that. But there's also this thing too, right? You're also
What?
protecting yourself because if you bring a certain type of friend to a group where they almost don't belong, you almost have to spend that moment babysitting that friend to make sure that they're
I do
okay.
that, I mean,
and
there's certain friends
it's
I'm trying to put
exhausting.
on.
It's exhausting because you're taking away time from you chilling, having a good time with the people that you did invite to have a good time.
All right, so we both agree we got separate friends. We keep our ratchet friends in a certain area. And I keep my high strategic friends in a certain area because I don't want them around in certain situations. I don't bring them around certain places because I won't have fun with them. But with that said, that brings me to a good subject. When do you cut a friend off?
When they doing too much.
Different circumstances.
What's
I mean-
too much? What's your
I mean, look, no,
mindset?
I didn't mean to say
What's
it like
too
that,
much?
but it's like this, right?
Maybe you fall out.
So,
Maybe you outgrow them.
Outgrow is usually the typical reason why a lot of people, you know, lose friends. You outgrow them.
how you outgrow? Give me a quick example. How you outgrown?
Let's just say you're moving in the business world, right? Like for example, you're in corporate America.
Yeah.
You have a friend that let's just say you grew up with or you went to school with. For some reason, his highlight is that moment, that high school moment or whatever, right?
He's still in the
He's still in that. It's not even about the clothes. It's more about the mental. He's still in that frame, and it's
Nah,
that's
he's
stopping
still wearing
him.
clothes.
That's stopping him from.
He got Carlton jeans.
Well, however you want to picture the scenario.
How can I making a comeback though?
He's still.
Regular parasucos. Yeah, keep me going.
So he's still in that mind frame, and he's not outgrown that situation to develop himself to be a bigger or better person. And you
That's
are.
my job as a friend, yo. I'm gonna bring him around because he's not detrimental to me. He just ain't learned.
Okay, but
My
sometimes saying that to somebody could completely crush them. And you're making them feel like, okay, bet, I don't know what to do, because sometimes they really don't know what to do.
It's my job to teach as a friend.
You could teach, but sometimes if that's their life path, as far as not being, they don't have to be in corporate America. But if they don't see themselves going to a better or bigger place, that's kind of hard
but
to
as
hear.
long as they're not
No,
detrimental to me, I'm not cutting them off. I might not be able to build with them, get money with them. I'm not cutting them off.
no, it's not about cutting them off. It's kind of like you
But we
outgrow
talking
them a
about
little
cutting
bit.
them off. I'm
Okay,
talking,
no,
when
look.
do you cut somebody off?
Okay. There's gonna be two types of cutoff where you don't have time for that anymore. I see you when I see you.
Yeah.
Right? That's a natural cutoff. That person also sees what's happening. They take themselves away from the equation to keep you going.
I don't agree with that.
Some people have that eye, like just like okay,
That's the people that start saying
I'm actually holding
No,
you
not
down.
necessarily.
I'm actually
Some people know, some people can tell when maybe you've outgrown them, or they sense the distance has grown, and they don't necessarily fight to keep it. They just let it drift.
They realize.
Yeah.
So
Then you
back to my point,
also have
when
the
do
other
you cut
cutoff.
somebody off? What point where you're not my friend no more? Not I can't bring you around certain people. Not that we not on the same level.
Meaning
When
like
do you
there's
cut
no
somebody off?
like it ain't no love no more
It's
type
a
of
wrap.
thing.
Yo, I'm done. We not cool no more.
Oh, that's
But
gotta
that
be
hasn't-
like some
what
like
point do you cut
some
that off?
betrayal
You
type
must have crossed
situation.
a line where it's just like
We gonna get
that we can't go back from that.
What is that? I want to hear. You know, what
It's
is that?
different to
Yo,
different
what stuff
people.
is yours?
This is yours.
don't
So
know.
it's like this, right? Let's
Y'all
just say,
sure?
for example, you got two friends, right? One of them fucks the other one's girl, and you know
Betrayal.
that's the love of his life.
I'm looking at you sideways. You shouldn't have did that.
Although it takes
I'm not
two.
totally cutting you off.
Really?
I'm gonna tell you why. You didn't personally do nothing to me. I don't know how you viewed them as a friend. There's levels to friendship. Like, there's certain people in my life that's my friend, I'll die for. And there's certain people I'll let you borrow money. And there's certain people I'll give you a ride.
So your friend fucks the love of your life. You still gonna be friends with
my friend fucks the love of my life?
That's what I said before. That would be a scenario.
You said if he did it to somebody else.
No.
That's different if he did it to me.
We're talking
So
about
is
how
that
you
a
cut
cutoff?
off a friend.
Is that a cutoff?
Yes
or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yo, it's hands involved. It's a cutoff. It's hands involved.
Okay.
So if it comes down to the hands being involved, therefore there's no more friendship
But I'm
at
about
this
to tell you
point.
the level of my pettiness. I have these God level petty. I'm not gonna cut you off. I'm gonna act like it's okay.
And
so
you
I can
get
keep around,
revenge.
so I can get you back worse than you got me.
No, he's cutting them off, but he's not.
I'm not cutting the relationship.
Right.
off.
He's gonna keep it going so that he can get his revenge.
I got a good one because I lost.
So you're just being spiteful, like.
I'm not being spiteful. I'm being equal.
Petty.
I think
That's
God-
petty.
It's
you need to get
it's
line
vengeance.
checked.
It's
If you step
vengeance.
out of line, I'm supposed to check.
I think we should have made this topic today pettiness, because you're definitely exuberating that right now.
Super petty.
I'm not petty.
Yo.
I got a question for you, the petty. How much does friendship cost?
What do
And
you
what I'm
mean?
asking,
Woo.
what I'm asking is, how much money can you let somebody borrow and they not pay you back until it's over?
Okay,
Real
listen.
talk. Put a dollar amount.
there's-
Put a dollar amount first.
I'm not gonna put a dollar amount. I'm gonna say
I
this.
don't want to talk to you.
I'm gonna
Give
Put a dollar
me a
amount, yo.
scenario. Let's set
I'm
this
gonna
up with
say
a
this.
scenario.
I'm gonna say this: whether it's 1,000 or it's 1,000,000, right? Depending on the amount that you
Right.
could afford. If you're giving if you know your friend is in a situation, he needs like $500, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you really expecting him to give you that $500 back?
Yes.
Okay. Are you saying, look, I'm letting you borrow this because you know what? I do need this for next week. Now that's a different scenario.
There's a difference. Okay.
It's a difference. Look, dogs, I'm letting you know, hold
So
this
I'm
money
gonna
right
set this
now,
scenario
but
up.
next week I need
Your
this. I
friend
gotta pay my
comes to
rent.
you and says, "I need to borrow money."
Right.
And they give you a dollar amount that they need to borrow.
Right.
And say you had that dollar amount and you let them borrow it.
Mm-hmm.
At what dollar amount do they not pay you back? They're avoiding you. They say they're gonna pay you and they don't. What dollar amount is it that you cannot come back from and you can't be?
If
cool
they're
with
avoiding you, right, that means they're not trying to pay you back.
Right. So give me that dollar amount. Because I'll be real. If I give you $100 and you keep avoiding paying me, we still be cool. I'm gonna throw little shots and jabs when I see you. I'm never gonna let you borrow money again.
Okay.
But we still cool.
Right.
I want a dollar amount that you cannot be cool with somebody.
I think it all comes
It's
down
whatever
to
dollar amount that would
I'ma let
really
you-
hurt me
No,
if
think
I
it
didn't
comes
get
down
it
to
back.
personality also.
Don't touch me. I don't think you like
It depends. It depends on like. No, let me. Don't do that. Cause you're the king of not really wanting to give a straight yes or no, but you demand a straight yes or no from us.
Don't
That's
touch
not
me.
petty.
I don't know you like that.
That's petty too. Give me a dollar amount. Yo. This is for the show. Give me a dollar amount.
I don't really know a dollar amount. I think it really depends on the circumstance. Okay,
You
no.
give me $1,000
For
and I'll
example,
pay
for
you back.
example,
Are we
for
still
example, for example. Let's say someone comes and they're like, "I need $500," and say I don't really have the five. I can't really afford to give you that 500 without. If it's gonna hurt me if I don't get it back, right? But you come to me, you say you really need it, so I'm gonna try to pull it together and give it to you. But I let you know, like, listen. I really need this back, you know, so that I can like make my ends meet. Otherwise, it's gonna hurt me. Right. And they're like, okay, cool, I
based on
got
your
you.
financial situation
Yes.
Right now, how much money is not coming back? And not
That's
being paid?
irrelevant.
It is.
That's irrelevant.
It's
Well, my
irrelevant.
financial
I don't care
situation
if I'm
is
a
right now.
trillionaire,
My
millionaire,
financial
my shit
situation
is
right now.
$1,000. Anything $1,000, if it's $1,001, you don't pay me back, it's a wrap. And I'm looking for you. What's your
I think it
dollar?
depends
Based
on what your
financial
situation
All right,
is.
y'all tap dancing again.
I think
You
it all
need to
comes
stop
down to character
interrupting
also.
people. So you're not even allowing us to fully
But
answer
I
the
do what I want.
question.
So
All right,
what
fine.
would be an exact number for you?
He said $1,000.
1,000. Okay. Well,
So if you're a millionaire, and your friend says, "Let me hold $1,000." Yeah?
Listen, if you're a millionaire, see now you're being petty.
I don't
if you're
believe
a millionaire,
that.
your friends need $1,000.
I don't believe
give
that.
them the $1,000.
I'ma tell you
Just
the
give them the
principle.
$1,000.
If my friend, like if I'm a millionaire, y'all, when I become a millionaire, y'all gonna know. And y'all need $1,000, I'm gonna give it to you. My point is, if you ask me to borrow $1,000,
I get it. You're stuck on the word
don't
borrow.
Pay it back, and I'm gonna be real.
But that's why for me, I'm like, it's less about the amount of money as it is how that person handles themselves when it comes time to paying it back.
Sure.
Especially if they know that I overstretched to give them whatever that amount was. And so that in them not getting that back to me, whether it's 500, whether it's 15, whether it's 15,000, whatever, if you dancing around on paying me back and you know that that shit puts me in a bind, that's a problem.
Okay, so if they know them not paying you back, put you in a bind, and they don't pay it back.
And they still dance, yes.
Okay.
So it's less about the amount. I think another reason where you outgrow, you might have to like move on from a friendship, kind of going back to your point about, is it detrimental? Somebody who's always negative. Like I've actually had situations like that before where I was like super cool and you know what I mean? All love with this person, like that was like the partner in crime, whatever, but you know, for whatever reason, they just kind of always seem to be in a negative space, always has something negative going on. Whenever we talk, it's like a complaint about this. And after a while, like that energy just kind of like, you can't deal with that.
I think that's part of outgrowing a friend. But I want to transition this shot real quick about how far would you go for a friend? If I needed something, how far would you go? What's your limit to like, yo, hey, for real, I'm not doing that. What's your limit? For real, I'm not doing that.
Look, as long as you don't ask me no gay shit, I think I'll try to do as much as I can.
So that's money. All right, what if I'm stuck in Virginia and my car broke down?
Like I said, if it's not no gay shit, then you know you're stuck in Virginia. Fuck it, I'll take that ride.
Bros for life. Excuse me, Zoe, but what's the limit? What would you not do for me? How about that? We'll go there.
I ain't gonna go against my family. I'm not gonna betray my family or things like that.
Okay. So
But if you in a bind, you in type like, I got you. I'm do my best.
I need help burying the body. Who's showing up? Do I call you or do I call you?
I can't say that on
I
camera.
got kids. I'm not burying nobody.
I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Yeah, everybody understands now. All right, everybody understands.
You really want this question? You really want this answer on camera? This nigga right here.
Yeah.
No.
I'm a law-abiding citizen.
So I'm gonna tell you how this. I'm gonna set you my level, and this goes for everybody because I consider you have friends and family right now.
Mm-hmm.
Anything short of jeopardizing my mother, father, brother, sister's life or livelihood,
right?
Y'all got that.
Right.
Any dollar amount, if I don't have the dollar amount, I can't give it to you, but I'll help you go get it. I'm putting this on camera. It's different situations. The law is made by the people in charge that want. If you need help getting rid of something, I'm gonna help you get rid of it. Whatever that Whatever that is. Whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
Whatever that may be.
Or whoever he is, right? Or
Yo, so
moving along.
Yo, moving along. All right. So what would make you cut somebody off? On the same level as that, what would make you cut somebody off? What's your limit? What would make you cut somebody off? And I don't want to use me because I'm gonna take it personal. And I'm gonna go do whatever you said will make you cut me off.
Listen, absolute pettiness, judgment of character, complete.
Pettiness? I'm the petty champ, yo. You should have been cut me off.
Nah, there's still some good qualities
never
in you that
lie.
I'm still, testing out. But
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you.
You hanging on by a thread.
No, but what I'm saying is that level of pettiness where it's just like I can't deal with this, or just like you said earlier, negativity. I can't use that in my life right
So
now.
if their level of pettiness kind of puts you in a negative space.
You cut them off.
Yeah.
Okay. What else made you cut somebody off? Since a dollar amount depends on where you're at. What else made you cut somebody off? Attitude. I'm gonna tell you this. If you're doing something detrimental to yourself and I continuously talk to you about it and you don't change it, I'm cutting you off.
I'm doing that too.
Like I have a friend that was addicted to drugs. And I went to programs with them. I helped them. I cut out drinking and being around situations that would make that person do that, and they continue to do those things, and I had to continue to rescue them. One day I rescued them one last time and said, I'm done. And they continue to do it, and we are no longer friends. I wish them nothing well, but I cut it off.
Yeah, to distance yourself from that.
Yeah, because at that point, you put me in a bad situation, knowing I think I'm in an.
It's not good for your well-being.
Cutting somebody off is hard, but to the point where it affects how your life is going, that's for me what determines whether you cut somebody off at. So at that point in my life, I wasn't in a situation where I had extended finances to keep helping this gentleman, and on top of that, I saw he was going down the wrong path, so I had to cut him off. What would make you cut somebody off besides energy?
Listen, there's a couple of things that are out of the question. My kids are out of the question. Disrespect, blatant disrespect to me or my family members. I don't know. It varies.
Those are respect level to people that mean more important to you in your life than
Right,
he is, or
right.
she is.
If you don't know when you're crossing that line, then that cut off that I'm doing,
it's done.
It's done.
Is it a permanent cutoff? You're not talking to them. We're not cool no more. We're just not chilling.
I'm gonna say this. I do know that I have a level of pettiness in me where if I'm done with you, huh?
Thank you for admitting that.
Hey, we all got them. You probably got more, but anyway.
Oh my God, you're such a
Anyway,
liar.
what I'm saying is,
you want to add that to your list too?
if I'm mad
I
at
know
somebody,
you're petty. You want to be a
right?
liar too?
whether it's like an argument or something like that, right? I'll stretch it out because
Why is your hand
especially
up?
if I know I was in the right,
It's a delayed reaction.
I'm gonna keep it in a weird situation where you need to come and realize
What you doing wrong?
what you did wrong and come and talk to me because I pretty much did all I could do and you didn't see that at that point. So I don't need to follow you to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
You mentioned something about somebody being negative, being energy. So that's a different level because the stuff me and him talking about cutting people off is actual action. What makes you cut people off? 'Cause I like your point about energy. You said somebody's negative and they're constantly negative, you'll cut them off. What other things you cutting somebody off for?
If you steal from me, if you stab me in the back, or betray my trust, or you disrespect my family and loved ones.
Because I done stole from you. Like, I done stole pens. I'm going to keep it real with you. I done stole quarters out your car.
Out my car. You're so.
I have. I needed a quarter and I wanted to take yours because I didn't want to use mine. I'm going to be real with you. Are we not friends now?
I gotta think
I don't
about
think she's
that.
talking about
No,
that type
I'm
of
joking.
stuff.
I'm joking.
Nah, I don't care.
No, like large scale stealing.
Question, because this happened to me and we still friends. If you fight one of your friends physically hands on, is it over? Me and you got a problem right after the show, and we punch. Well, I punch you in the face.
and I'm hitting you with a rock.
No, yeah,
Trust
so
and
then
believe
you
me.
fight physically. Is it done? Are we not cool no more?
It all depends on what the fight's for. Sometimes somebody steps out of line where they need a good old ass whooping.
I think that's between guys, because I feel like for women, once women come to blows, we not friends after
because
that.
it's more emotional than that.
We not friends
That's
after
why I
that.
said if it gets to that point, then I'd rather just cut it off. Now, a sibling or something like that, y'all get into some fist fight or whatever, maybe that's something you could come back from and just be like, look, you
I'm
understand?
gonna be more cooler with you. I'm gonna be real with you. I box. I know that. Yo, some of my best friends is people I fought in the ring. There is something about physical combat and then knowing you did it man on man and it wasn't no disrespect and it was equal combat that is just cool.
Because you know where both y'all stand.
Yeah. Now, to your point, it depends on what you did and what the fight was over. But I was asking that to be funny. So we got where we gonna cut people off. I got a couple scenarios before we go out of here because I got to be for real and I'm a jerk. Are you a true friend if you let your friend walk outside looking whack or looking crazy and don't say nothing?
Wait.
You can't talk. Because I don't want to hear that shit you talking up to I'm accepting you for who you are.
No, wait.
You walk outside looking crazy. You walk out your outfit crazy.
If they walked outside a couple times looking crazy and you told them and they still do it, right? It's either they can't change that because of maybe financial reasons or whatever, or maybe they're just like an Andre 3000. They go outside wearing some fur boots and some Speedos. I'm not disrespecting, but that's what he does.
Some people will
That's what he
consider
does.
his sense of style
You
crazy.
got it.
Some
So
people
what I'm
will
saying
consider
is,
that.
Listen, if he goes out looking crazy
Oh,
like
Lord.
that, then that's who they are.
Don't do what? Don't do what? No, but it's a
Is that your
fact.
man
Like
crush?
some people would consider his sense of style to be eccentric.
I was gonna let that slide, but I heard somebody laugh in the background, so I gotta address that shit. No, that is not my fucking man crush.
I'm just saying.
There are certain
I don't know why you
people
take it so serious.
that do certain things in life.
Why are we still
that
talking about
there's
this?
nothing you can fucking
You asked
say
a
to
question, I answered it, and I gave you an
No, he's not my
example.
man crush. That was a great rapper.
Oh my God.
I never said he wasn't.
All right. Fuck
You
that.
gotta allow people to like give their opinion without you railroading over it all the time, and then accusing other people of doing what you do.
I ain't got to do nothing but stay like it's done.
Let's go.
Racist.
No, it's not.
No.
Is
You
it?
seen Rampage?
Got
I
him.
really got
Got
him.
him.
Say right now, but we're gonna fight after the show.
No, we're
I
not.
got another one because I went into this situation and I'm not gonna tell you what I did because I want to hear your opinion before I admit or don't admit what I did. Would you date a person or talk to a person that you knew your friend had a crush on, but they wasn't feeling them and they liked you? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to
Listen,
me.
a real
I
friend,
don't think I would. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that.
a real friend.
Feeling comfortable and doing it is two different
I don't
things, so
feel
you wouldn't do
Nah,
it.
cause so usually like with girls, the girl you'll probably ask your homegirl like, yo, what's up? Like you'll try to you'll ask to see like, okay, is there
Yeah,
something
right,
there?
right.
Is there some background, something that I need to know about before, you know what I mean?
Before
So
you
you
jump
kind of
in.
know how to move with that
Right,
person.
Okay, I'm gonna set the scenario. Y'all out somewhere, your girl or your boy tell you they crushing on another person.
Right.
And in the meantime, your girl or your boy don't see that, but the person comes up to you and try to holler at you. And then a few minutes later, your boy and your girl, whatever, come back and you talk about how they feeling and they about to go in, but you already know they trying to holler at you. Do you tell them like that's what it is? And do you go after
So
that?
basically, the question is, do you set him up for failure, let him go, and get
Do you
shut
go-
down?
Yeah, whatever.
Listen,
do
I
you
think-
end up dating them and hurt their feelings or whatever?
This is a conundrum, right? You're being a good friend
Kind
by
of stuff,
telling him, like, look, dogs, she just came over here trying to holler at me.
That's what you're doing, so you're not gonna say that.
No, I'm just telling you the two different scenarios in that same story, right? You can either tell him this is what just happened,
Okay.
or you let him try and take a
I
shot.
don't want to. Tell me what you're gonna do, because I want to judge the shit out of you right now. What
Me?
are you
No, I'm
gonna
telling you, like, dogs, she just came over trying to talk to me.
do? And now after that, do you still talk to her and go out, get her number, and date her?
If he's okay with it.
Yes.
So say he says he's not okay with it, you're not gonna date her or talk to her?
Maybe not in front of him.
I want to do you date or talk to her?
I'm just-
And I'm saying, no, she hot. Whatever you like, she's that. And you told him she's not feeling you.
I might-
And he's like, ah, and he's not cool with it. He's like, yo, I guess we can't talk to her then. What do you do?
There's no we can't talk to her. She doesn't want to talk to you. She's trying to holler at me. So
He said there's
I'm
no
like,
we.
look, listen, I feel you, but this is what the scenario is. And if he's my man, he's gonna be like, you know what? All right, man, look, go ahead.
So top of the show, if he's a true friend, he'll let it ride and understand.
He'll let it
Yeah.
ride, yeah.
I agree. I firmly
We're not-
agree.
no,
yes,
that was
yes.
his
You can't
scenario.
control. No,
That was his
you can't
scenario. I'm
control
giving
what
you a
I say.
different scenario.
I ain't gotta do nothing but stay black and die. I firmly agree with what he says.
You hear the hate in this room?
It's not hate.
Okay, say a scenario.
hate.
You out somewhere, your girl telling you she liking the guy.
That and she
and
just
and
laid eyes on
right.
him. It's not someone
And then
that
he
she's
come and try to
known.
holler at you.
I'm gonna let her know.
You gonna let her know.
I'm gonna see how she feels about it.
She don't like it. You still talking to him?
Nah, I
and,
probably.
and you like him and he cute.
If
And
he's
his
cute,
money right.
how would I
cute
know
and
his
his
money
money
right? If I'm
I
just
don't
seeing
know.
this
You
dude.
I don't know. You just know it. This is our scenario. All right. So are you talking?
He's just
to
trying
him
to
now?
make sure you understand. He's trying to get a different answer
Yeah,
from you,
I'm
but
trying to pigeonhole. So are you talking to him?
Nah, I'm probably gonna curve him. If my homegirl is really gonna be bothered about it, that's my homegirl. I just seeing this dude out at the freaking club. I don't
are
know
you
who
gonna
he
curve
is.
him just because she's here right now, or are you gonna curve him permanently?
So meaning like if I saw him again later on,
Right.
if I saw him again later
You
on,
bump into him in the produce section at the supermarket. Both of y'all picking apples and
Y'all at Whole Foods.
checking the
Okay.
ripeness. You know.
so if I ran into him again and the vibes was still there, then I probably exchange information, and I'm gonna tell my girl about it. And if she still has a problem with it, then we have to address that. Cause then my question, that might mean a little something deeper between she and I. Like,
Right,
okay,
right.
you literally just laid eyes on this dude. It's not like y'all have history. Why are you really that tight about this?
Because she's secretly jealous of you. That's what it truly is.
Right. So then that uncovers
Last
something
something
deeper.
to be out of here. You know me. I set levels for everything. There's levels to this shit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pre-date or pre-whatever my thing. I have levels to what I'm about to say. Do you have levels to your friendship? Are there different levels of friends? Or once somebody wants friendship
Of course.
levels, they're a friend
No.
and they get all the
Different
benefits?
levels.
No, different levels.
Different
So give me
levels.
an example of some levels.
So there's certain friends that like you will tell your deepest, darkest,
Okay.
like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like the stuff that you kind of
that's the
like
same
the
friends that you
shameful
would go
stuff.
farther for? Would you borrow? Would you give them more money? Would you do more stuff for that particular friend that you would give your dirt to than you would for the friend that you wouldn't? Does that coincide?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Because I could have one friend that maybe like I feel comfortable to tell this person like shameful stuff.
That's the confider.
But I may not necessarily trust that person to pay
borrow
me,
money.
to
Okay.
pay me back my
See?
money.
Yeah, I'm
Different type.
We've been beefing this episode. That was a stiff ass piece up though. Do you got levels to your-
Petty.
No, there is levels. Just like I said in the beginning.
gonna talk about
There's
petty
three
at
types
some
of friends
point.
that you need to have. They told me a serious one, a
Do not say
confider,
vagabond.
A vagabond.
okay, you know I'm gonna use
No,
a
no.
wretched friend.
Ratchet.
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 The real
Wait,
word
yo, he
is-
said it's so ratchet.
the real word is wretched, but since we're okay, a ratchet friend,
Ratchet.
right? So, like the example she just gave is the confider, right?
So you got levels to your friendship.
Of course.
Okay, fine. I got mad levels. There are certain levels that certain people will not get to. There's certain levels you can borrow. I got like level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, yo, level 1, if you need a ride somewhere, you want to chill, we can chill. Level 2, you might be able to borrow $40 to $50. You know what I mean? But I ain't tell you my secret. And then you got like level 10, like where I'm gonna just go all out for you. Like, you know, depending on how I feel after the episode, I don't know what level y'all at right now. Like, y'all was level 10. You definitely got to move to level 7. You might have moved up to like level 10.5.
You're just petty, that's all.
Fucking facts.
You're super petty.
Yo, certain shit is not petty. It's not petty. It's just yo, so we done. Grown man thought of the day. You have to set levels to your friendships, and you got to be able to determine who are true friends and who are not. Because I swear to you, your team, your friends are a great determination of how far you go in life. I'm going to tell y'all something. These two people next to me, to my left and to my right, they get nothing out of doing this show. I originally thought about wanting to do this, and they show up and do everything with me. Those are true friends. We are going to get there. For the rest of y'all, you have to understand, if you don't get to the point where you understand what your team can do for you and cannot do for you, if you don't understand how people are holding you back or how some people can elevate you by pushing you and motivating you, they're not your real friends, or they are your real friends based on what they do for you. Am I true in anything I'm saying? Please add to that. Zoe, we're going to let you go first, guys. I saw that little smirk.
Nah, I like the part what you said, you didn't use this terminology, but circle of influence, right? I think that, you know, maybe younger, it was all about having all of these friends and knowing everybody and all these, like, you know, everybody's your friend. And, you know, as I get older, you know, you become a lot more discerning about who you let into your quote unquote circle. You know, you value yourself more, and therefore you should value and protect, be the gatekeeper for who you know, kind of let into your space. And,
like
you know,
that,
as you ascend, not everybody's gonna be able to go along the ride with you. You're gonna outgrow some people, and it's, you know, it's not always anything personal. It's just part of life. So, you know, be mindful, be very discerning about your circle of influence, and make sure that the people you lock arms with, you know, you guys have the right mindset so that y'all can keep ascending together.
The more I talk to you, I don't know why you're my friend, because I'm none of that. You go.
Well, just to feed off a little bit off of what Zoe said, they used to also tell me this: show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are. Right? So you gotta be careful of the people that you have around you, because it's either they help you grow, or they help you plummet. So, with that being said, live and let live, yo.
Short to the point.
And if anybody owe you money,
Get your money, go. Grown man thought he dead. Everybody needs friends, including me. You just have to be the gatekeeper or know who those real friends out. GMT, and we out. I had a dance move for you, but I'm not doing it.
please don't.
Yeah, please.
As your friend, I suggest.
Really? What the hell was that?
Somebody get my theme music. Somebody get my theme music.